The PA Empowerment Network is a game changer, uniting individuals with shared goals to support and uplift each other, providing resources, mentorship, and a sense of community. Empowering people means giving them the tools and confidence to thrive and create positive change in their lives and communities.
Okay, here we are, another show again. This evening we got up to a little bit of a late start. This show was supposed to have been aired at an earlier date, but as you can see, we decided to run it off today. All right, my name is Kendall Stevenson. I am the host of the Empowerment Show, and thank you guys for tuning in. I always like to start this show off with some sort of gratitude. I am, again, grateful to be in this spot. I'm grateful for the people that I have in my life. Um, I'm just grateful for living and breathing. And I woke up this morning and God said, "Hey, brother, we're gonna let you live. We're gonna let you breathe because it takes a lot sometimes just to be able just to wake up that people don't understand." So this evening, I have a young lady. Her name is Sonia A. Williams. Hello, Sonia.
Hello, it's great to be here, Kendall.
All right. How are you this afternoon?
I am well and I am blessed and also thankful to be here.
All right. Right on. Cool. Um, we talked a bit yesterday on the phone. I got an opportunity to learn a few things about you. I think that some of the stuff that you've done is amazing. But we're going to start off with you as being an artist. Okay. Well, maybe let's start off with you being a person first. Before you're an artist, before you're an entrepreneur, before you're a veteran, long before these things, who is Sonia Williams?
Well, Sonia Williams was a young lady born in London, England, and came to the US in my teens. And believe it or not, I was never artistic. I didn't believe I had an artistic bone in my body.
Hmm.
But here we are today. I create art, something that is close to my heart, something that I'm very proud of. I did go to when I came to this country from England. My parents, my family, and I moved to New Jersey. I attended Kane University and went into the military, and I worked for the transit authority for 30 years.
Okay. How was that? That must have been a trip.
It was a trip. You meet people that you never expect to meet in your whole life that widens your eyes and make you say, "Oh wow."
Wow.
And I've met celebrities on the train. I met Arthur Ashe on the train.
Arthur Ashe,
On the train, met
tennis
him.
player Arthur Ashe.
Yes,
That
yes.
must have been something.
It was something. He was just a wonderful person. Um, I was afraid to approach him at first,
Uh-huh.
but I had to approach him to take his train ticket. And he was just a down to earth, just nice person, just nice to talk to. And we struck up a conversation, and I'll never forget. I'll never forget it. It
So
was wonderful.
you worked for transfer for how long?
30 years as a train conductor.
Where's the military time come in at?
Well, the military time came in between because I was in the Army National Guard. So
Okay.
I was what you call a weekend warrior.
Mm.
I did a little active duty because working for New Jersey Transit, they supported the military 100%. So anytime I needed to go away for active duty, it was great. It was allowed, and there was no clashing. So, as you know, I was in the Army National Guard. I am the first African American female helicopter pilot on the East Coast
Wow.
for the Guard, and it's just I've just have a wonderful whirlwind life. So I am
Well, that must have been an experience flying around in a Black Hawk helicopter.
yes. Well, mainly it was Huey's, but my favorite was the Loach, the OH6. That was my favorite. We used to fly with the doors off completely, and you felt that you felt you were moving. I mean, really moving, and it was a great experience. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Is that considered a gunship?
Yes, it is.
Let
It
me
is.
ask you. Go ahead. Being that you were involved with helicopters like the Black Hawk, and you were flying around on a gunship, how much combat were you involved with?
I never saw combat because just as I was coming out of flight school, Desert Storm came about. But being that I was the first African American female pilot, they thought it best I stay closer to home because I guess they didn't want me to go off to war. And they said, well, the first female pilot we have, she went down.
They
And I
shot it
guess,
down. Black Hawk
yes,
down.
yes, I'm sure they didn't want to hear that. So what I did was I stayed stateside, but I did a lot of training with troops going going into battle. You know,
Okay.
picking them up, dropping them at LZs. You know, and it's you can't parachute from a helicopter, but you can
No, but you could definitely go out that bad boy style, spider style.
you can repel from the helicopter, and
I know that well.
yes, we do night landings and just a lot of training, getting the troops ready for deployment.
Do you know Claudette Williams is out of the blue?
Yes,
You know
retired.
she was a command sergeant major.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was, and
That's one of the highest ranking NCOs in the military. I don't. A lot of people that doesn't matter to them, but
yeah, she's a wonderful person. And if you look at my flyer, um, we're donating 50% of the raffle proceeds to the Women Veterans Museum, which is only it's one of two women veterans museum in the U.S. and it's her show. It's her show, and people need to know she doesn't just help women; she helps everyone. So if you have a problem getting your benefits, she is the person to talk to.
yeah, she is.
Yes, she is.
Let's put this up on stage here. Let people see what you got going on. Okay, that's one
This,
of your photos.
yes,
Tell me about this particular picture here.
this is a piece a customer of mine brought back from Kenya. It's an original painting, and it's so big that I had to do all the work on the floor with knee pads. That's how big this is. And it is the most gorgeous piece. And what can I say? A Kenyan lion. And
And
being a Leo, I
it's
appreciate.
beautiful. Now
Yes.
you were telling us about the show. You said Claudette Williams was sponsoring it.
No, no. I have received sponsors from many different quarters. No, the raffle, I'm doing many raffles, high price raffles, giveaways, and 50% of the raffle proceeds is going to Claudette Williams
Oh,
at
okay.
the facility.
Is
Yes,
that from this art show?
that's from this art show.
That's Saturday, June 7th at 1 p.m. till 5 p.m. at the Swiftwater Hotel. The address would be 2060 Route 611, Sweetwater, PA 18370. As we
Yes.
mature, we have to use the glasses, and those things are written pretty small.
It's going to be a wonderful event. A lot of giveaways. A lot. It's going to have free wine tasting from Legacy Vines, which is Willie Mae's place. It's a Southern cuisine restaurant in Gilbert, PA, which is right beside Broadheadville. You have to go there. The food is magnificent.
I got a surprise for you in a minute. So tell me about this painting. This looks like a
Well,
wedding.
this is a shadow box. It's It's a bridal shadow box. I have broadened my horizons. I don't just do African American pieces. I create pieces for everyone. So if someone is married, or it doesn't have to be recently married, but they have saved paraphernalia from
Hmm.
their wedding, I can put it in a shadow box. I preserve memories. So I can preserve this memory and all memories for a lifetime.
And that is absolutely outstanding.
Thank you.
It really is. Tell me about this piece.
Now, this piece was also from Kenya. The same gentleman, the gentleman that had the piece was a lion, also brought back this piece, and it has all the original countries in Africa. This was made quite a while ago, and it is absolutely gorgeous.
I like it. What's the 1590? Is that some reference? A
Yes,
data reference?
this was when this map was created around this time, and it showed every port, every country, the old names that were used for the
Hmm.
countries, and it is absolutely spectacular.
So, what kind of prices can I expect to pay? Well, we'll get into that in a minute. Let me
Okay.
roll back to that before we start talking about prices. I think some of your artwork is actually absolutely gorgeous. I had an opportunity to see it earlier during this year, and I believe it was the end of last year, towards the summer of last year. I got an opportunity to see it. Now, I have some friends; they really enjoyed it. My wife enjoys it, so yeah. Well, maybe we'll be looking to get a piece or two from you. How about that?
Well,
Yeah.
that sounds great. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for the
You see, I
compliment.
got all this gray hair, right?
Ah, ah, ah,
It
ah.
tells you I'm a charming man. I'm retired, so you got to help a brother. You got to help another veteran out.
I'll definitely do that. That is
Okay, so
not a problem.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you that little surprise that I tell you about, and we're gonna have to take a little commercial break for about 40 seconds. But when I
Oh,
get back, I want to get a little bit more into you being an entrepreneur now. How
okay.
how'd you get to be an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur? How much education do you have? Things like that. What
Yeah,
school did you attend? What would you tell young people if they wanted to follow in your footsteps? And again, where did you get your passion from? But we're gonna do that in about 40 seconds, okay?
sounds good.
Hold on.
Hello, I'm Chantel Davis from Willie Mae's Place and Legacy Vines Winery, located in Gilbert, Pennsylvania. We're the only restaurant and winery experience where we pair delicious homemade scratch kitchen Southern comfort food with delicious homemade wine. All of our tastings will include some type of food and wine portion pairing, so definitely check us out. You can visit us at williemaysplace.com, legacyvineswinery.com, and also follow us on our socials, Willie Mae's Place Restaurant. Hope to see you soon.
Ah, ah, ah.
How's that surprise for you?
That was a big surprise. That is my dear friend.
She's a friend of the network, and she, as you can see, she helps to sponsor it. So I appreciate her on. We also have another commercial, but we'll leave that to the end of the show.
Okay.
I got to pay the bills. I got
Yes,
to
you
pay the
do.
bills. So let's get back to Miss Sonia A. Williams. Who the hell are you? As an entrepreneur, as a veteran, do you have any children? Are you married? Give me
I
your whole life.
I have one son. His name is Juan, and he has two. He's married to Jessica, and have two gorgeous boys, JJ, Juan Jr., and Jamie,
All right.
and they are a handful. And I have to say that my son is the most wonderful, wonderful man. I know people always praise their children, but my son is a very kind, the mild mannered individual. I mean, you don't really want to get him upset, you know, but he's a good person, and I am so proud. I'm so proud of the man that he has become. Um, he works hard. He also works for New Jersey Transit. He is an investor. He invests in homes. He has about 6 homes, and he's also an entrepreneur. So I guess he gets his entrepreneur skills from me because
Most
that
men would say he's a chip off the old block.
yes, he is. He is a chip off the old block. Um, I have been I have been an entrepreneur for many years. I never used to create, but I used to retail artwork. I have always been fascinated with artwork. Sydney Carter, Larry Poncho Brown, you know, Keith Millett. These artists, you know, Thomas Blackshear, who used to make
Oh,
these
please.
statues. I have 12 of his statues.
Yeah, I tell
Yes,
you what,
I
let's
do.
roll the dice and see who's got. Well, anyway, I support the brother.
I do.
Let's put it like that. I have a few of his pieces. I have one of his first pieces with the Moor, and he's holding the baby in his arms,
The
and
Guardian. I
he's
have
got the
that
big cat
also.
behind him.
I have
Yeah,
two. Yes, I
that was
do.
one my wife got that for me when my son was born. And that
Beautiful.
was like a representation of me. It was kind of cool. And then
Yes.
I got another one with the little bird, and he's the little boy. He's got the bird, and he's got his finger in his mouth, and he's got the little cane. And
Okay.
anyway, Thomas Blackspear is an outstanding artist.
Magnificent. Magnificent. Nothing short of magnificent.
Hmm.
So I was inspired because being growing up in England, there I wasn't privy to black art.
Hmm.
You know, that was in the early 70s. I came to the US in the mid 70s, and there weren't really places that you can actually go out and just buy black art. And maybe I just wasn't aware as a teenager.
You
So
ever been
when
up to Harlem?
if I've been to Harlem,
Hmm.
oh yes, on many
I mean,
occasions.
that you want to talk about black art?
Yes, yes,
There's an abundant amount of black art and black artists. An abundant amount. And you can
yes.
walk through the streets and you got statues and
I've done
the
Harlem Day
vendors. And
many a time, and I love to go to Harlem. It's
I
especially
just want to put this back up on the stage one more time, if you don't mind. I
oh
just, yeah, I just want people to get involved and know about your art show and let everybody know that it's an important thing. Hopefully people will show up. Especially it's got this big word on it. It says free admissions.
yes
So
it
that
does.
means you don't gotta pay to get in. All you gotta do is be there,
It's be there.
show up, check out the art, enjoy the art, partake in some of the raffles, okay? Because
Y-
these raffles are here to help our community and the people within our community. All right. And the artwork, I'm telling you, it's off the chain, as they would want to say. As
Yes,
they say. Now,
you.
kids don't say that anymore. Now the kids say it's fire.
I still say off the chain. I still say off the chain.
Yeah.
Um, this art show, you're going to see pieces that you've never seen before. I am really going all out. Yes, we're going to have raffles. We're going to have giveaways. We are catered hors d'oeuvres by Dasaki. And of course, Chantel will be there giving free wine tasting. And we're going to have just a wonderful time. And
Mm.
please bring your business cards. There are going to be a lot of businesses there. We need to network. So come prepared to meet people and be prepared to network. You know,
I would tell anybody that's got a business and they're looking to get involved in a business, show up and show out. I understand this. You have something else that's going on this evening as well, and that's going to be involved with networking.
yes, I am going to a meet and greet in East Stroudsburg, and it's from 5 to 8. It's on Seven Bridges Road, 528 Seven Bridges Road. So if
That's 528 Seven Bridges Road.
yes, in East Stroudsburg. And there seems to be a lot of people going. Every time I speak to somebody, they're going. So I'm going
Well,
to.
I'm a photographer at heart. That's pretty much what I do. So when I go to these events, I'm there to do a little video recording. I
Yeah.
do some photography work. Most of the people know me for my photography. And then I'll get on the radio as we're doing now. We'll do this here, and I know most people through this. I haven't made a business card in years,
Okay,
but
that is
I seem to be
wonderful.
getting around though. I seem to be getting around without it. But that sounds like a good idea. But I may show up there this evening.
Yes, it's being put on by the mighty caregivers.
Mm.
So I went to the chamber. I am a member of the Chamber of Commerce in Monroe County. Uh,
Okay.
the Women in Business. I am the vice chair of the Women in Business. And while I was there, people were talking about it, and
Mm.
they were going. So it's
Did
something.
you go to the art museum over there? I mean, right next door, the art, next to the theater, the Sherman Theater.
Oh yes, I've hung my art there.
Okay. Well,
Five
did you see?
thirty.
Did you see the woman? Did you go in the back and they had this big, beautiful picture? She looked like a ballerina. She had on a pink dress. She has short
Yes,
hair with blonde hair. Did you see that?
yes,
Did you like it?
it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
That
It's
was
mine.
you?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it is gorgeous.
I'm just throwing a little bit of myself out there, but this is
Yes,
what I'm
yes,
telling you. What
yes.
I do. This is what I
It's
do. I
gorgeous.
do photography
Yes,
work, and I enjoy.
gorgeous.
I enjoy the arts. All of it, sketching, painting, drawing. I enjoy the arts, and that's why I appreciate your art so much. Like I tell you, the first time I saw your art, it was like, wow, I really hadn't seen anything like that before. So I really, really appreciate it, and I think other people will appreciate it too if they take the time to actually come down and take a look. Take a look, see. Come
It's
on down on June 7th and just take a peek,
yeah,
especially if you happen to like African American art. I really don't even want to call it African American art because she's from London. So I just want to kind of call it art.
yes,
How about that? How about we call it Black art? Because being Black, that means we are the global majority, right? So instead of pinpointing it to one specific place, how about we just use it as a culture for our people? How about that?
yes,
All right. You're an artist. We as a people are very talented people. We have so many talents.
yes, we
We
do.
can do so many things.
Yes,
So
yes,
I just would like to give credit to where credit is due. I don't want to give credit to somebody else. They got enough credit already. Every time we turn around, they're taking credit for something that, or credit has been taken for something that they did not do, that we actually did.
that's
Okay.
that's
I just want to make a shout out to my man, Terry Polite. He's going to be at the Unity in the Community, and I believe that's on August 14th. And if anybody want to show up, I got the date wrong.
oh, I didn't say that.
Oh no, I saw you take a look up in the
Oh
sky.
no,
Okay.
that's my birthday.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday. But if you guys get a chance, you want to go down to Danbury Park. I may have the date wrong, so if I do, I'll come back and I'll make sure that I'll give you the correct date. But it's being sponsored by Genesis Radio, genesisradio.com. Anybody want to get a tent, anything like that? You want to get especially you, like with your artwork, if you want to get a tent, get in contact with TP Square, and I'm sure he'll take care of you, himself or Rudd. All right, so we got enough of that good stuff. I got one more little commercial that I have to show. And we may even come back for a part 2 because I really want to know how you got into being an entrepreneur. So just
Okay.
hold tight 1 second. wolfpackapparel.com. You can pick up the Wolfpack apparel if you like what you see. Give the brother a shout out, okay? Wolfpack Apparel, and he's also, you can pick them up on Instagram, Facebook. They're on all social medias. All right, thank you. Did you see them young people?
Yes, I did.
You saw that girl? Let me tell you, that girl could not hit me because she looks pretty powerful.
She is
You
strong.
see her hit
Okay,
that bag?
she's strong.
How about the young kid at the end? He
Yep, yep.
everything blew
Okay.
up. Jesus Christ. Oh, it reminds me of a day and a time.
Yep.
And this ain't the day and this ain't the time, unfortunately.
Take the time. Okay. Yep.
But like I said, I'd like to have you come back. No, seriously, I'd like to have you come back. Maybe after the show or something, after then you can tell me how many pieces you sold and how well did you do. All right, I did ask you a question. Price range. That's going to be a question that people are going to want to ask. What's my price range?
Price range. It depends on the shadow box, but they usually, that's very small ones, sell from like $90 on up. And it really depends on where the art is from.
Mm-hmm.
I have some musical. I have a trumpet in a shadow box, guitar in the shadow box. Most of the other pieces have sold, but I have some Cuban pieces that I brought back from Cuba from my vacation. So one is an original. So it depends if it's an original. A lot of people give me their own possessions to put in the shadow box. Yes, I can do that too. Medals, hats. I've done Muhammad Ali shadow boxes, all kinds of sports paraphernalia. I did a Red Devil hockey shadow box for a good friend of mine. I can put almost anything in a shadow box. So it depends on what the size is, the price of the fabric. Because all of my all of the interior of my shadow boxes have fabric. It's not just cardboard or mat board. It's fabric.
And you make them custom made for people as well.
Oh yes, I put a lot of time into these pieces. So
don't come to me with no $10 trying to disrespect me. Talking about give me a piece. You want to buy a piece?
Don't come with $10 because
don't come with no $10 talking about I'm looking to buy a piece of art because you're not looking to buy a piece of art. If you come in here with 10, you come in here to disrespect me. Yeah, don't come in here disrespecting me now, right? Absolutely.
Yeah,
don't
but if
disrespect
you come
me.
to the show, all the pieces will be 20% off on the show at that day. So if you really need something, come and talk to me.
Now listen here. So I got to put my bid in. So when they come down and they say, "Hey, I saw this on the Empowerment Network," they got to get a little discount somewhere around the line.
Yes, they do.
Something. 2%, 5%, 10%. They got to give them something if they come up and they say, "Hey, I'm coming here and I saw your show on the Empowerment Network." Yeah.
And I will tell you, I have you covered. Let me know what interests you. And all of my pieces come with a certificate of authenticity.
Okay.
It has my name, my seal, and my signature.
Well, my sister may come and check you out, and
yes,
you'll know her when she says Sheila.
Okay,
she may want to check out some of your artwork, maybe even online. Are you online?
Yes, I am.
And where can people see you at online?
SONIA'sArt.net or SONIA'sHandcraftedArt.com. Either one leads to the same website.
And do you have a phone number that maybe someone may want to call?
Yes, 570.
I want you to say it slow so I can. I'm also going to write it in. 570
249
249
6699.
6699. We're just gonna add that, and we'll scroll that across the front here. This is the phone number. So if anyone wants to get in contact with the young lady, you might want to buy a piece from her. We're talking about art. You might want to buy a piece from her. Give her a call. All right.
Yes,
I'm sure she has shoes. Oh, she also has a studio.
Yes, I have a studio.
Almost as nice as my studio, but she also has.
Of course, it couldn't be that nice.
She has a wonderful studio. Okay.
Yes, it's
Give her check her out. Please go see the show. And as always, my buddy would tell me, be yourself, because everybody else is taken.
that's
So
right.
thank you guys for tuning into the Empowerment Network. Stay tuned on Tuesday, Diamonds in the Rough. Speaking of God's jewels. Now, the young lady, Coletta F, she is the host of the show, and she gets to talk to other people about their experiences with God. So stay tuned for that on Tuesday. She'll be in at 6:30. Sunday at 3:30, we have the pipeline, which is from the cell block back to the block. All right. And also Tuesday at 5 o'clock, we have politicking. So with this way, myself, Brother Yates is from GenesisRadio.com. So he likes to come on as a political analyst, and we get into politics. So here we go. As I said, be yourself. Everybody else is taken. Peace. And we are out. Thank you.